Hi everyone, welcome to the latest review video from OnWheelsTV, and this review is fully dedicated in the maximum extent as we can with the data available to the new available in early release to everyone from the backers of the Sim Racing Bonanza campaign and people who valued their Stock Car Extreme or Game Stock Car Extreme through Steam. Um, Starting from yesterday night, they had access to the new sim from Reiza Studios, which is Automobilista. So, first of all, I would like to tell you my thoughts about all this process of the Automobilista Stock Car Extreme Game Stock Car while we are with just comfortably watching footage from cars and basically from the Automobilista sim. So last year Reiza announced they would be introducing new content for Game Stock Car Extreme, and that for that content they needed to create a fundraising campaign, a crowd fundraising campaign, to which they called it Sim Racing Bonanza. So they tried to find backers for a new development for the sim. I was one of the people who participated in that crowdfunding campaign, and in the beginning it started taking a little while to get new content. People always start to get suspicious on that because there are some crowdfunding campaigns that don't leave people, shall I say, satisfied with what they were expecting and what was the outcome. And I can remember, for instance, that there's a lot of people that is not happy with the results of the project cars crowdfunding and how it developed. So there is always a lot of suspicion, and in the beginning I was skeptical to this, although I participated and was waiting as everybody else the results of that investment. So few cars started appearing for Stock Car Extreme, and there were a lot of problems, and people began to be unhappy with the outcome of all of this. However, Reiza Studios did not lose their focus, and instead they decided to be even more focused in their development for new product. And then we heard about this new sim named Automobilista, and we got, as usual, curious of what was there coming along the way, since we were a little bit disappointed with how things were developing with the product that would be called Stock Car Extreme. And it was with that thought that I entered this sim after seeing that it was available through my Steam account, and I made all the changes so that graphically this could be on its best, on top form, as I sometimes say, and tested. And wow. Yeah, guys, this is definitely a big wow, caps lock wow, because what these guys did here is beyond any expectation from me, and I believe from all the community, except for themselves, because they were the ones that always believed their work, and they were the ones that always believed that they could produce something really good and something really different. And that's what they did. That's what they did. They really introduced something new into a product that existed for quite some time, and they gave it a new fresh look, and they gave it um, they made it a new baby, and this is what Automobilista is. And I'm sure that people, once they tried it, and I'm sure that those that did not try even Stock Car Extreme or Game Stock Car Extreme will have to try this soon, because this is going to impress the sim racing world in its whole. Um, they will also realize that this is something really extraordinary. And there's a reason why I started this footage to go along with my comments, with cars that were already available at Stock Car Extreme, and also on Stock Car Extreme, and also on Game Stock Car Extreme, such as the Formula Reiza car, and this one, the stock car, the V8 stock car. Because if you are paying attention to the graphics of this Automobilista with these cars, this is a whole new ball game, and really changes things in a way that I wasn't expecting. And most of you that already downloaded the game and tested it, for sure you weren't always also expecting this. So this is a new sim with a lot more stuff than we had previously, and with what we had completely changed for the better. And when I look at this graphically, I gotta tell you that I can't remember currently anything that looks as good as this. Anything at all. It has improved in every way. It has improved in the immersion it provides to users, because it in terms of the immersion it was always good, but what you have now is so much better, so much intense in terms of the view, in terms of the quality of the graphics, that we have to try and touch ourselves to become aware that we are not in the real world when we are watching at the screen. We are watching a sim, but it does look so real that if you don't pay attention, you will dive into it and be in your own world while you are in the sim, which is what we always expect from the sim, and it is more than 100% accomplished here. So I was so skeptical. I was expecting so much of this sim since the crowdfunding campaign started. I was expecting so much to improve, and I and a lot of people, we waited for such a long time that, speaking for myself, I was so skeptical that I wasn't really paying attention when I hit the drive button for the first time in the Automobilista. As I was driving and I was realizing what was in front of me, I became absolutely overwhelmed, because it truly went way over my expectations, which were none, to be honest. And these guys really did something extraordinary. So compliments to Reiza Studios, because they really made something truly special out of this product, and for sure they have put it in a top level. Game Stock Car Extreme was in a good level, but this is on a top level, and users will love driving in this sim. They will truly love driving in this sim. A lot of things changed for even in the information provided to the user, to the driver, and I'm going to show you a very good example of it once we see the onboard camera in this Mitsubishi Lancer Cup car. So as you can see now, we have that same information we had before with the gear information, the speed information, the lap time and number of laps information. But we also have in the cockpit to always updated along with the way the tire and the car works. As you can see, you have the temperature in each tire, the immediate temperature in each tire, and you have also how the tire is wearing and how much of the tire do we have in terms of percent to be able to use it. So this is really important because it gives us information while we are driving that before we only had access when we stopped the car and went to the garage. At least it was like that with me. I don't know if anyone was using plugins or other stuff, but for me I don't like to use anything aside from what the sim provides. This information is really useful because you know how your setup is working. You know how your driving is affecting the tire wear and the temperature in the brakes, and that is truly important for a driver to evolve on the track. But there are also other new stuff, such as this one that we are watching, in the Copa Petrobras de Marcas content. The Renault Fluence car is already available, the car that Rubens Barrichello, the famous Formula 1 driver, is driving in real life in Brazil in this championship, is already available. And of course we drove quite some time this car, not the others, because the others we already knew, but from driving this car we could realize also that the sim now works differently in terms of the physics. So the car has you have to improve your driving to be efficient with the car, because the car is even more slippery in terms of losing traction in the rear than before, and that will force you to adapt your way of driving, because in terms of the physics of the driving of the cars, it looks much more now. It looks like much more with sims such r Factor 2, because once we were driving this kind of cars, I mean, we didn't feel as we expect the dynamics of the car. And once, for instance, you try R Factor 2 and then you go back to driving cars in sims such as Stock Car Extreme, you expect more because you already had more in the other sim in terms of what the car provides in the physics. And now this is a lot better because you feel the car so much more, and how the car performs on track so much more, that that you have to this will improve your driving. But there are also other things. I don't know if you paid attention, but some turns back in the track in this lap, the car the gears jumped. So it was I was reducing from third to second gear, and the gearbox got loose. And that happens when you exceed too much the rev limit in the engine. So before, when this happened, the engine just used to brake, and now when this happens, the car gets neutral, and you have to use the clutch to put a gear again and go back to driving. So this will force drivers to adjust and to really respect the gear ratios and the rev limit of the engine, and not exceed gears just using and forcing the gearbox to accept a gear that the engine is still not ready to accept. So this will be much closer to what happens in real life. And what to say about this other thing, the super truck car or truck? This is for sure one of the most challenging and funniest exercises in sim racing I can remember since I've started being active in sim racing, which was not long ago, and I'm just sorry that I didn't start earlier, but I didn't. So this is one of the most funniest cars at the moment to drive, no matter the sim, because it has a truly powerful engine, only 3 gears. The suspension is independent and it works like a spider. And look at this. And it's so much challenging because you have to do everything right, because the power in the engine, the power in the transmission is so big that everything you do in excess in terms of the driving of this car will affect the performance. If you brake too late, it will be a problem. If you accelerate too early, it will be a huge problem. And your arms will always be working, and the fun that this provides is something truly extraordinary. So it is also interesting this new approach by Reiza Studios with the Automobilista sim, because it provides driving experiences in such different cars that you will never be bored. You will never be bored using this sim, and you will also never be bored to look at how the graphics are so good. I just I can't stop being enthusiastic about this, because it really is a change. It was good and now it's too good. Now it's too good. It's really something extraordinary, and I for sure was not expecting this. So I have to once again congratulate these guys, Renato Simeone, Alex Soczuk, and all the others that work in this project, because they truly have done something. Look at this! Look at this! This is so much fun. They truly have created something absolutely fabulous. When I have to criticize, I criticize. I don't criticize much because I truly respect people's work, and I know how much effort everyone puts and how many hours they put into this. So I truly respect that. But when this is when that result is something extraordinary, we have to congratulate, and these guys just truly deserve to be congratulated for what they did. And this is also another new thing in the Automobilista, the rallycross car. Also a lot of fun. Makes you use other stuff that you are normally not used to taking advantage of when you are driving on track, because this is basically a sim for, or it was before, this was basically the Reiza Studios product was basically for tracks, and now it's also for dirt. It's also for a mix of dirt and tarmac, and in this car you'll have to use stuff such as the handbrake, and when you do it good and you truly understand how the car works, this becomes a truly fun thing to do. So a lot of new stuff in the sim, a new sim, and a change for the better, which is also good, because not always people make what they expected to be better really work as better, and these guys did it. These guys did it. These guys created a sim that those that already know the product that Reiza produces will be truly happy, as I was, seeing that the step forward is so huge, and those that did not yet had the chance to allow themselves to enjoy what Reiza Studios does, they now will, because this is something that goes immediately to the top of the products available currently for sim racing. So And of course, last but not least, the sounds, guys. The sounds of all these cars are so real and of so high quality that the sim racing experience becomes complete, becomes truly complete. So this is a product that is worth for all of its qualities, because all that it has is qualities. I hope I was not too boring with this speech, dissertation, comment, whatever. But I truly wanted to give you my honest impressions of what this is, and this is for sure one of the best sims currently available. They still have stuff they want, they are improving, they will be releasing new stuff. And we will truly enjoy using what they released now and all the things, the new things they will introduce to the sim, because this is truly an excellent product for users, and we truly encourage people that did not yet invest in this. They should do it. They should do it because it's worth every cent that you are going to spend here. It's worth every cent. Congratulations, guys. Great release. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.